There we
All
go.
right.
Now it says
There we
live.
I just hope nobody else watches it. That'd be weird.
All right. Now that that's out of the way. So every week, we're in the same groups every week, right?
Correct. We are in the same group. I think there's about 4 of us in the group, and 2 of them haven't said anything. So
Yeah, there's one guy or somebody, Cameron, who emails me, but never emails me when he's available, or I don't even know if it's a he. I
I
think it
think
is
it's a
he.
she.
Is she? Okay.
Looking at
She
the
picture.
posts. Yeah, the pictures.
Yeah, I didn't look that closely at the posts. Okay. So to get started, we're just supposed to talk about our Geo journal for this week, pretty much.
I think so. Yeah, it says you're expected to meet as a group. Yeah, in your Geo journal this week, you had to identify a mineral and blog about it. Bring that mineral to your group and take turns describing that mineral, the terminology and characteristics of mineral identification. Take turns quizzing each other on identifying each other's minerals. Think of 20 questions. Does it fizz with acid? Does it have metallic luster, etc.? Then document how you went about identifying the minerals as a group. Were you successful, or did you take more than 20 questions? What questions were helpful to ask? What questions gave you essentially no benefit in asking? What did you learn about the mineral identification? So I guess this is like charades or something, or 20 questions
20
except
questions
minerals.
with our
Yeah,
with the minerals that we chose.
yeah.
So
Can we
I'll
just
ask
go
you
look at the
questions,
Geo journal?
and yeah, I know.
I hope I know enough about the mineral. I mean, that'd be
Yeah.
interesting. If
Okay.
not, I can just Google it quickly. So, do you want to ask me questions first, or do you want me to ask you questions first?
Hold on just a second. You know what? Either way, doesn't matter to me.
Okay. I guess, I mean, I could ask you questions first.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna ask stuff. It's not gonna be that in depth.
Yeah.
I guess,
Well, there's
good
only so many
questions.
questions you can ask.
That's true. That's true. All right. So I guess the first question is, wait, do they have to be yes or no questions?
I don't think so. I would say, like, you can ask, okay, what is its hardness, or instead
Okay.
of saying, is its hardness 5 or above 5, or well, I don't
Yeah.
know, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I think doesn't have to be a yes or no.
Okay. So I guess then what is its hardness?
It's a 7.
Ooh, it's a 7. So it's a pretty hard one then.
Pretty hard.
So I'm gonna write this down. So 7 hardness. All right. What is the color of it?
So the color can vary depending on the impurities that are in it.
Okay. Is there like a usual color though? Like
Can be, well, no color at all, or purple, pink. Yeah, white.
okay. What is its luster?
It's vitreous to pearly.
Is it quartz?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty easy. I chose it because I think quartz looks cool, so that's. And I was always, it kind of fascinated me, kind of how it forms.
Yeah.
But my geo journal is actually on quartz and the chalcedony quartz, the microcrystalline quartz.
Mm-hmm.
It's on both types, just because comparing the two, they look very different. But there's only there's not like a ton different that happens to them when they're forming, and so I just thought it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of interesting because the chalcedony quartz is very waxy. Like when you look at it, you would think that it's it is wax, like just a bunch of wax that kind of balled up and stuff. And then
Mm-hmm.
the quartz obviously has that obvious crystal structure to it, and six-sided. It's got the ending in a pyramid shape.
Yeah.
They just look very different, and just because of a few differences in how they're, or in the conditions that they're in when they're being formed.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Just just a slight difference in something can make the mineral look completely different.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so is it very important that this video or this recording be, what was it, 45 to 60 minutes?
I'm
I'm just trying to think of
not
when we're
sure.
done with this 20 questions, is it going to be?
I think 45 to 60 minutes is meant to be with a full group.
Yeah,
So since it's
there's only
only the
two of
two of
us.
us, yeah, because we can really get the others here, then I mean if we explain, if he asks us or anything like that, and we're like, hey, it was just the two of us, I'm sure it would go.
Right.
So
Okay, so I guess I'll just ask my questions about yours.
alrighty.
What's its hardness?
Its hardness is about a 2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a silicate or a non-silicate?
That's a good question. I do not know that.
That's fine. I just thought I'd try.
I can Google it though. Let's see. Did yeah.
I guess is this supposed to be on the physical outward appearance though? I can ask other questions.
Just ask another question and I'll get back to you
Yeah.
on the silicate non-silicate thing.
What's its color?
Its color is no color to white.
No color to white. And it's about, you said about a 2.5, or it
Yeah,
is
about a
2.5.
It's pretty sure it's a 2.5.
Okay. Okay. What about its cleavage or fracture?
Its cleavage is it's on 3 planes at 90 degrees, and it's cubic.
Halite?
Yeah. Yes, it is. I
All
did
right.
salt.
So that would not be a silicate.
It wouldn't?
That is
Okay.
a non-silicate because it doesn't have. It's just the sodium chloride is its composition,
Hmm.
and
So
so it
how do
doesn't
you?
have any silica.
So I wasn't really clear on the
Silicon.
silicate stuff. How do you tell if something's a silicate and not a silicate?
So it's pretty easy if you just look in the chemical composition. If it has the silica in it, in
Okay.
the Si in the composition, then it's a silicate. And if it
Oh, okay.
doesn't, then it's a non-silicate.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely not a
So
silicate then.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Sweet. Yeah,
Um,
I chose salt. I mean, I was going through I like to look at other people's geojournals and to get like a feel of
yeah,
what's going on, I guess, more and get ideas and stuff. And one of the first ones I did was I looked at was salt, and I was like, salt's a pretty interesting thing. It's used in everyday lives and everything, so I wanted to look into it a little bit more and look into where, because when I do the geojournals, I do it based on where I live, not where I'm at right now, because
right.
Rexburg is Rexburg, and there's probably a bunch of people doing it, and I read at least 2 or 3 that were doing Rexburg, so I want to do
Yeah.
back home, which is Buffalo, New York for me.
Okay. Cool.
And so I was looking up salt and stuff, and I found out that um, there's actually a lot of salt mines in New York, which I didn't know at all. I mean, I've lived there my whole life, and I didn't know that there was a single salt mine there. And we actually, a town called Syracuse, which is pretty close, actually has one of the deepest salt mines in America.
Wow.
So,
In central
yeah,
New York.
yeah, in the middle of New York is a really deep salt mine.
Location American rock salt.
Yep, American rock salt. So,
That's cool. Syracuse earned
yeah,
the
it was.
nickname the Salt City.
Yep, yeah, it was pretty cool. And thinking about it, I mean, it makes complete sense that we have a lot of salt mines because we dump a lot of salt in the winter on our roads and stuff, and I mean, it's got
Yeah.
to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the cost of shipping it in from another state.
Really.
Because if you drive, yeah, you can drive down the highways there, and every now and then you'll see these giant like dome type things that they don't
Uh-huh.
have a front door or anything that they'll back up this plow trucks to, and they'll just dump salt in there, and there's tons of salt in them. So I mean, that's a lot of salt just to ship
Yeah.
in.
Well, here it says so you're that salt mine or whatever in New York.
Yeah.
Capacity for producing up to 18,000 tons each day.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
that's a lot of salt.
Yeah.
Just 1 ton's a lot of salt, but 18,000 tons.
18,000 tons
Yeah.
a day. Jeez.
So,
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I was looking into the uses of quartz and stuff I tried to see if there was any difference in how they used like regular quartz to chalcedony quartz. Um,
yeah.
but it seems like for the most part, they're just used for jewelry and decorative things. That's pretty much all they're used for.
Well, I mean,
So
they are good looking rocks, so
yeah, they are. I
I'm
mean,
yeah.
how many people have little geodes or whatever with quartz in them.
Yeah, there's a
Lots
good
of people
amount.
have those.
Nobody wants salt in their geode or anything like that. That'd be odd.
Yeah. Cool. Are you doing the lab on campus then?
Yeah, I was doing the lab on campus. I got out of there today. That's why I wasn't able to do it till after 6.
Okay. So you got the Thursday lab.
Yep, Thursday lab.
Yeah, I'm in the Tuesday lab, so
Nice. Who do you have? What's his name? Do you have Sister
it's
Pickard
Sister
or?
Pickard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I can't remember his last name. It's like Mortimer, Greg Mortimer, or something like that. He's a pretty cool guy.
Huh. Cool.
So.
All right. Is there anything else we have to cover in this, or?
Let me look. We did the quizzing. 20 questions. I guess document how you went around identifying the minerals as a group. I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Did it in
I
less
mean,
than 20.
I just went to the. I mean, I knew what it was before I started. I think so because I was doing it in lab anyway. But
Yeah.
um, I don't. I just used the geology lab as my place
Yep,
of
I got
finding it.
the
So.
the common rock forming mineral paper right here.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep. So, all right. What questions were helpful to ask? I think the questions that we asked were pretty helpful. We
Yeah.
didn't
I feel
ask
like.
anything.
Yeah. I feel like for me anyway, hardness narrows it down a ton.
Oh yeah.
So starting out with what its hardness is, that narrows it down quite a bit, and then from there, um, it does help to know if it's a silicate or a non-silicate, but that just kind of depends. So,
hmm
and I don't know. I mean, I usually start out with the hardness and then go from there to luster and cleavage.
hmm
So, but
Yeah. So I guess the questions that we had were pretty beneficial. So.
yeah, for identifying quartz and salt.
Yeah, pretty much. Um, so I guess the last one is, what did you learn about mineral identification?
Uh,
Well, I mean, just overall, I mean, I learned kind of how to identify a mineral. I mean, I think I learned some of this stuff in high school, but it obviously didn't stick too much. And I learned
yeah,
today I learned today more about the silicate stuff. So,
yeah, and um, yeah. For me, I think I learned most of the mineral identification properties in lab. It does help a ton. It's still a little bit confusing to me, some of the cleavage stuff, like to see the cleavage planes.
yeah.
Some of that's still a little bit hard for me to see them sometimes, but um, I think that just gets better with practice. So just looking at more and seeing them. So
Yeah, what our lab teacher said today was pretty much, it won't ever be usually won't be perfect for the cleavage. You'll
uh-huh.
just have to use your imagination more and more and stuff because, it won't be perfect because Mother Nature hates you and wants to make your life harder. So,
Yeah.
yeah, what I was doing mostly was narrowing it down with the hardness scale, looking at the colors and the luster, and then trying to figure out from there with cleavage. So,
Uh-huh.
alrighty, well, I think that's about everything that we needed covered.
Okay.
So now
Sounds good.
the question is, how do we get this? Should it be like on my YouTube, on my Google Plus?
So you can just, so you've got the link, right? I mean,
I think so, yeah.
so once you just stop broadcasting, you can just use that link, right? That's just the link it is, or no?
Let me see. I'm not sure. I wonder if it's the link that was to invite you, but let me see links.
Oh yeah, maybe.
It might actually. Do you see links in the bottom right-hand corner?
Bottom right hand. No.
Okay. Let's see if I think it gives me a link. Not sure. Alrighty, yeah, I'll see if I can't figure this out, and then I will email the link to you.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, alrighty. Well, have a good night.
Yep, you too.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, see ya. Bye.